Hey everyone! So I'm gonna give you a brief presentation of the 5 presets that you just heard and, play them without any additional backing tracks and whatnot so that you can really hear what they sound like on their own. And we're gonna start off with the Acoustic Doom, which was the first one. This is a preset that features 4 captures of my acoustic 450 amp, as well as a capture of the EBS Black Haze. It's a pretty straightforward, although also over-the-top type of preset. So the captures are 2 distorted ones of the acoustic 450. I did a bunch of clean captures as well as a bunch of distorted captures, and then you have 2 clean captures as well of the same amp, and then you have the EBS Black Haze down here. And when you combine 4 of those captures as well with some additional distortion, you get this. Which is pretty heavy and nasty and awesome, in my humble opinion. So other than the 450 captures, we got a few different cab blocks here. We got, well, pretty much, I think, 115, 2 810s, and a 410. And that cooks up this massive and nasty bass drum. Next up, we got Super Mega Massive Bass. This preset actually started out as a way to test out the CPU of the quad Cortex. Checking it now, it turns out it's only at 53% of the unit's capability, so to speak. So that's pretty awesome. For this preset, I used my Dingwall Combustion 5-string. This one has a custom pickup from Urban Pickups, which is the middle one, and it also has 3 series parallel switches for the pickups. So these 2 pickups were run in parallel, and this one was run in series. And I had the EQ set flat, and I was running all 3 pickups, and it was set to active mode using the Darkglass Tone Capsule preamp. This preset is pretty fun because I've divided it into the various components, so to speak, that make it up. So by going through the different scenes, we can actually hear what the different EQ settings do. So first up, we got high. We got the mids. We got the lows. We got all of them, but with a lower gain setting. We got them with the high gain setting, which was the one that you heard in the tune. We got the lows and the mids. The lows and the highs, which is, a really scooped sound. And we got the mids and the highs. And all of them. So yeah, that's the Super Mega Massive Bass preset. The third preset is the one called Synthesque Bass. For this preset, I used my Fender 1963 P-Bass. It does have a J pickup in or on the bridge. However, I only used the P pickup and I rolled the tone all the way off. Here's what it sounds like with the tone rolled all the way up. This preset is pretty fun. It features 3 types of distortion and fuzz. It's got the B3K, it's got the Myth drive, which is the clone essentially, and it's also got the fuzz, the Soviet fuzz. You got 3 bass amps, the Hi-Watt, the SVT, and the flip top, and you got 4 different cabinets. 810, 410, 115, and a 115 2, so to speak. So yeah, that makes up this bass tone. Pretty cool if you ask me. Next up, we got the preset that is called 12-string bass. For this tone and preset, I used my Voodoo Guitars B5X or BX5, sorry, I always get that wrong. It's the Tiger Maple finish. I've had this for a number of years. It's a really cool fretless, and I've strung it with a high C opposed to having a low B. And this preset is actually, you know, it's quite extensive, and it's actually at 62% of the CPU, so that's pushing it. This preset features quite a few pitch shifting blocks, as you can see, and a pretty cool delay trick, if I may say so myself. So I'm gonna walk you through it. So the first row here is the 2-octave up tone. So I've got 2 polyoctavers stacked, and then I've got the pitch shifter, which I've set for a 10 cent plus. And down here at lane number 2, or row number 2, I should say, we got the 1 octave up, and I've got that one set for a minus 10 cent pitch shifting. And down here is the usual ordinary bass tone. This was a way to emulate that tasty out of tuneness. That a 12 or 8 string bass has got, without making it too out of tune. I've also added these delay blocks here. I've set them for a 100% mix and quite a quick delay time, and that is to give the listener the impression that I'm hitting 3 strings instead of just 1. So for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna show you what it would sound like without the pitch shifter and the delay, so you can make up your own mind what you think about that type of tone. So here's without the delay and the slight chorusing. And here's with it. So yeah, I don't know if it makes it sound exactly like a 12 string, probably not. However, it kind of emulates that whole idea. I've also got a reverb block down, and that is to give you the impression of the strings ringing out. I can bypass that as well, so you can hear what that would sound like. And so yeah, that's the 12-string bass preset. It also has a few cool scenes. It starts off with this tone, and if you hit F, you get some distortion, and G gives you additional reverb, and H gives you just the lowermost lane and a regular ordinary bass tone. So that's the 12-string bass preset. Last but not least, we have Suncoast BC3XL Rig. This is my preset that I intend to use with 6 Feet Deeper, my band. It features a dual input and a dual output bass and dual input Cortex. The lowermost lane is just the woofer or neck pickup. And the uppermost lane is the precision style pickup. And together this is actually the preset that I used last week when I did the solo from Blood Brothers. So So yeah, those are the 5 presets that you heard at the beginning of this video. I hope that you enjoyed this little presentation of what they contain and what they can do and whatnot. The last one here obviously contains the Suncoast BC3XL captures and pretty much not much more. You got some cab simulation and some compression, and that's about it. So make sure to leave a comment down below if there is anything you want me to demonstrate any further. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you don't miss out on said video once I'll demonstrate whatever you want me to show off. And with all this being said and done, I'll see you guys and gals and cats and dogs in the next video. Until next time, take care. Bye.